This video was made in partial fulfillment of the media project assignment by Oussema, Annie, and Lilly. Losing a parent is one of the most traumatic experiences that a child can go through, and whether caused by death or abandonment, it can be a turning point for any adolescent. At least 5% of children in the United States lose one or both parents by the age of 15. It is very important to understand the effects of such trauma in order to find the necessary solutions. Let's start by listing some of the possible effects of losing a parent. Childhood traumatic grief is a condition in which children losing loved ones develop trauma symptoms that impinge on their ability to negotiate the normal grieving process. Children may develop intrusive distressingly experiencing or avoidance of loss reminders. Examples are people, places, or things that remind the child of the deceased loved one. Even happy thoughts and memories can become trauma reminders. Kids who have lost a parent are more than twice as likely than non-bereaved children to show impairment in functioning at school and at home, even 7 years later. Pediatric bereavement can lead to both depression and an increased vulnerability to subsequent negative life events. A study found that 66.7% of depressed suicide attempters were parentally bereaved. Abandonment for a child can cause a devastating psychological injury due to a sense of being rejected, a feeling of not being important enough, and a self-criticism of not being good enough. Adolescents who experience abandonment by a parent can suffer from constant worry about being abandoned again, isolation, low self-esteem, clinging or separation anxiety, getting sick more often due to stress, and difficulty concentrating. In worst cases, individuals can develop eating disorders, self-harm habits, and different types of addiction which often lead to delinquency and school failure. Now let's discuss the solutions. The trauma of losing a parent will certainly make any home feel like a different place for a bereaved child. This is why family members need to be educated on the issue so that they can act as a safety net. For example, in the case of an anticipated death, when a parent is terminally ill, it is important that they preemptively make sure that the child has some understanding of the concept of death, which paves the way for the process of accepting it as a finality. According to studies, the normal grieving process in adolescence involves the following stages: accepting the reality of death, fully experiencing the pain associated with that loss, adjusting to life without the loved one, integrating aspects of the loved one into one's own self-identity, converting the relationship from one of ongoing interactions to one of memory, finding meaning in the loved one's death, and recommitting to new relationships with other adults. If you experience being abandoned by one or both parents, then you should recognize and accept that you have a fear of abandonment and you did not cause it. Allow yourself to grieve the rejection and then let go of it. Rather than shame, see yourself as a survivor and give yourself unconditional love. And finally, take the risks of trusting yourself and significant others. There are programs that offer help in cases of similar trauma, such as the Family Bereavement Program, which teaches coping skills to the child and surviving parent. Early identification and intervention are the keys to protection from the effects of parental loss. School is the most second crucial place after home to protect kids living through parental loss. Unfortunately, 93% of teachers reported that they never received any training on how to support grieving students. When dealing with grieving students, you should simply let them know you are sorry about their loss and ask them what they are feeling and how they are doing. Don't encourage children to hide their feelings or reactions by asking them to forget about it or pretend to be fine. Talk to their peers and provide them advice on what to say and practical suggestions on how to be helpful. Grieving children often experience a temporary decrease in learning ability. They may be tired from not being able to sleep, having difficulty concentrating and learning new material, or experiencing significant disruptions in their homes that make it difficult to study or complete homework. Therefore, academic accommodations should be offered to such cases. In the end, it is important to keep in mind that every adolescent can react differently to the trauma of losing a parent. Check the sources we used to make this video in the description below for further details on the topic. And thank you for watching.